What up, world? Welcome to another episode of Bleed Black and Gold. As you know, I am the host, Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere, Brandon Janeau Show. Social media, Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau. Um, Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show, and TikTok, Brandon Janeau Show, uh, and X, B Janeau on X. Go follow me all of those all those social media platforms. Just like you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow, right there at the 200, man, right there. Excuse me. So close, so close. Just like, well, unlike this game tonight, actually. Uh, this is Bleed Black and Gold. Um, it's over. Saints are officially on a three-game losing streak. Losing today, dropping the Monday night game to the Kansas City Chiefs, 26-13. Um, this was the worst game we played all season. This was it. This was our worst game we played all season. Offense looked completely and utterly inept. They looked like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing for most of the fucking game. Um, we're hurt, man. We're banged up. We're injured. But at the same time, bro, we're not getting a fucking bye week until literally week 12, 13, 14. Like, we're not getting a bye week anytime soon. And this schedule don't get any fucking easier. We literally have next week Tampa. And then after that, we got to play Denver at home on Thursday night. Then we fly to California on Sunday. And then this shit is bad, man. We have a terrible fucking schedule. Like, listen, man, if somebody would told me at the beginning of the year that the Saints was going to start the season 2-3, when we don't know how the offensive line is going to look, we don't know really what this offense is. The defense is good when they're healthy. If somebody would told me we would be 2-3 by the end of this Monday night game against Kansas City, I would have looked at you and laughed in your face and told you must be out your fucking mind. Do you know who the fuck the Saints is? But we are. We're 2-3. And listen, I know we are in New Orleans as a Saints fan, as a diehard football fan of any team. The glass is always half empty when you have a favorite football team. I get it. This game was the worst. This was our worst game. The defense looked like they didn't know what the fuck they were doing for most of the game. We literally played bend but don't break defense this whole game. Outside of the first drive for Kansas City, we barely gave up points. Well, we barely gave up a touchdown until literally at the end of it all. Kansas City people, of course, people are going to sit there and say Kansas City had 9 red zone possessions in this game. They scored 2 touchdowns in this whole fucking game. like, like people sit there and say that, like, oh man, I know tomorrow they'll be like, Kansas City was in the red zone 8, 9 times. They scored 26 fucking points. How the fuck do you score 26 points when you're in the red zone 8, 9 times? That's fucking ridiculous. Listen, man, the Saints lost. There's no way around it. We lost this game. We listen. The first, we could sit here and say the first possession of the game, Derek Carr threw a pick. That pick was just so fucking stupid. That was a Derek Carr play. That was a full fledged old Derek Carr Raiders last year Derek Carr play. That was a fucking stupid ass throw. I get it. You got pressure coming. You're trying to technically get the ball out your hands, not take a sack, but take the sack. Take it. Fuck it. Take the sack, bro. Take the sack, punt the ball, maybe give our defense a chance to actually come out on the field and maybe have more of a not a quick change of possession. Fucking, you gotta now just put your whole mindset into change of possession. The fact of the matter is, just take the sacks, bro. You do not need to throw the fucking ball down there out the fucking end zone. Like it just didn't make any sense. It was so stupid. I don't know what the fuck like Kubiak was calling today. Like I said, the first 2 weeks, this team, Caesar Ruiz is hurt. Shane Lackmore, Shane the fucking center played last week. I don't know his last name. His last name like that. Uh, he got injured last week. um, Eric McCoy's out for 6 to 8 weeks. Our starting center, he's out for 6 to 8 weeks. This offensive line is terrible, and it's not getting any better anytime soon. Connor McGovern, who literally we had to sign from the Jets, I think he should start. Lucas Patrick should be the left guard. Landon Young should be the right guard, and then the two tackles that we have, and figure it out from there. Um, Taysom Hill being hurt is fucking his offense up. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Taysom Hill being injured is fucking this offense up. We don't have an offense. We don't have an offense identity without Taysom Hill. Without Taysom Hill, we have no offensive identity, and that's where the problem lies. This game was the worst. We could barely move the ball. We could barely do anything outside of the Rashid Shaheed touchdown and the interception that pretty much gave us like 30, 40 yards by Sanders. Um, the Saints didn't do shit. We didn't do shit. This was the worst game we had all season. At least with the Philly game, the offense sucked, but the defense covered it up. And last week, you know, the defense and offense just did not get in sync together enough in that game. Um, this was the worst game. We just didn't show up. We just didn't play well. Defensively, we got ran off the field. Yeah, we didn't give up touchdowns, but I'm tired of saying that shit about the Saints. Oh, we didn't give up points. We didn't give up touchdowns. But we put our defense in situations where they're not fucking good at it. They getting fucked up now. They getting banged up now. Willie Gay, who I saw when I seen him try to go catch Xavier Worthy, I said he pulled up. I said he got a hamstring. I saw that shit. As soon as he tried to get that, I said, yeah, that's a hamstring. I already saw it. I knew the shit was a hamstring before he even stopped. Derek Carr's now hurt. And I know some people gonna sit there and say, who gives a fuck? That's a problem. That's a problem. We do not have a starting quarterback now. That's a problem. Now, I don't think Derek Carr is going to sit his ass at home and not play next week. I think he's going to try to play. The problem becomes, what the fuck is he if he does play? And that's where the problem starts up. This game was the game we needed to see again. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say this is the make or break game or anything like that, man. We're now a game out of first place in the division. The funny part is nobody's running away with this division. Tampa's not that great. Tampa's defense isn't great. It's never been really great. Um, they don't know how to run the ball. They can't run the ball, so they're literally a passing team. Same thing with Atlanta. They're not a great running the ball football team. They can't, and all they got is Kirk Cousins throwing the ball all day. You think Kirk Cousins throwing for 500 yards the rest of the fucking year? Because that's exactly what the fuck they're gonna need to win games. Every game is not gonna be a shootout. So they gotta have games where they actually are gonna have to do something. And that might not play into Atlanta's strength. Atlanta's winning these games. Atlanta might catch fire and they might go on a massive run in the next couple weeks. They could. They could definitely do that. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like they can't. They can definitely do that. Same thing with Tampa. But I know the NFC South. And I know how these teams are playing. And I know I look at this situation, I say to myself, man, healthy, if we're healthy, Atlanta's healthy, Tampa's healthy. Saints is the best team. Saints is the best team. When we're at our best, when we're healthy, you can't stop our offense. When Taysom Hill's out there on the field, and you got Alvin Kamara you got to worry about, you got Rashid Shaheed you got to worry about, you got Chris Olave you got to worry about, you got Alvin Kamara you got to worry about. That's a scary ass offense. Here's my thing, man. Now, let the rumors begin. uh, Devontae Adams is supposed to be on his show tomorrow, and the host Kay Adams pretty much said Devontae's not gonna be on the show tomorrow. I'm not about to sit here and say Devontae Adams is coming to New Orleans, especially if Derek Carr is hurt. I'm not sitting up here and saying he's coming to New Orleans. But after watching this game tonight, the Saints need to get receivers, and on top of that, having also, I saw a lot of people being like, "Man, Cam Jordan is over. Cam is over." Cam's only playing because Peyton Turner's hurt again. So I get it, but like Cam's only playing because Peyton Turner's hurt again. If Peyton wasn't hurt, Cam's not playing. So I don't know what the Raiders want. They say it's a second round and some extra and extra and extra, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if the Saints have enough to actually give them yet, right now. The Raiders are going to have to work with the Saints if there is any way in fucking hell that we can even get Devontae Adams. They're going to have to work with the Saints, and right now we have nothing to give them. We're hurt. We, we're hurt. Most of our key pieces, and we're right now playing with fucking backups. Like we have nothing to give the Raiders to get Devontae Adams. Nothing outside of maybe Paulson and Debo, who again didn't have a great fucking game. But I will sit here and say this: he's got more cons than pros in these games. But he made a massive pro tonight. One of the pros that he did have was the fucking interception. People forget he tapped. He was the one that stopped Juju Smith-Schuster from getting that ball. Who tipped it up and got it to Sanders, and Sanders picked it off and ran it, which led to the only other points that the Saints scored in the whole fucking game. This team, we're the number one raised on defense, which is the craziest shit. But at some point, we're gonna get tested, man. We can't keep having games like this where we're just barely in them. This game was bad, man. This was this was the worst game we had all season, and we still lost by 13 points. This is the worst game we had all season, and we still lost by 13 points. I mean, listen, man, I get it. This is not the greatest situation on the planet. We're not playing great. Again, this was the worst offensive performance we've had. I've talked about Clint Kubiak the last couple of weeks, but this was the worst offensive performance we had all season. Defensively, we literally played bend but don't break defense this whole game. So congrats. Um, but this game was what it was. I mean, I'm not particularly. No, it's crazy. I'm not even mad anymore, bro. Like it is what the Saints are. I can't even judge the Saints because we're not healthy, and that's the thing about it. And I know people, and again, like I said, eventually that health not being healthy shit is not going to work for us because everybody's now to this point in the league where they're not healthy. But we are missing key fucking pieces. Like God Almighty, Taysom Hill not being in that game, Eric McCoy, and then we don't get a bye week till literally late in the year, like late in the season. We're literally going to have to just fucking go through it. And like I said, the schedule don't get fucking better. I mean, we got literally two games back to back. We got literally a short week this week, and then an even shorter week the following week. It's just I don't know, man. And then on top of that, you have Tampa coming in after losing to Atlanta, and they have to literally relocate to New Orleans because of the hurricane. So I can't even sit there and say we catch Tampa on that sense, in that sense, because I'm looking at the Saints right now and I'm like, what the fuck do we do? Offensively, that's good right now. This is bad, man. We have no offensive line. Everybody knows the plays now we're running. If you actually pay attention, everybody knows the stretch plays that we're trying to run. Everybody knows when we're going to toss it. We're not doing motion anymore. We're doing some motion. But we're not doing motion anymore. It's yeah. I, this team is top heavy, and the we are officially getting destroyed. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this game's over. Uh, we're 2-3. Like I said, we're not out of the division. Anybody that's still sitting up here and thinking we're out of the division or something like that, we're not. We're not out of the division. Next week, if we drop another second divisional game, now we have a fucking conversation to have about maybe being out of division. But we're still here. We're 2-3. We lost 3 consecutive games. These next 3 games are gonna be the most interesting ones because now it's Tampa, Denver, and the Chargers the next 3 weeks. Uh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Uh, People talking about Cam needs to retire. Demario Davis did not look good either in this game. He did not look great. He had some hits today, but yeah, I yeah. Saints lose 26-13 to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll be back next Sunday. Sunday after the Tampa Bay Saints game to give you talk about that game. I'm going my ass to sleep. I'm tired. And I'll tell you guys soon. I'll tell you guys tomorrow for I Believe Sports. So yeah, tell you tomorrow. Peace.